UFC Peaheads, you know him, I know him. This term has been around forever since the man himself, Conor McGregor, spoke these few words.
Peahead is like a pea that you eat. It's like a small little green pea. He just has an unusually small head, I believe.
So today we will be doing the official UFC Peahead tier list, alright? And if you don't know what a Peahead is, it's basically when your head is not proportioned to your body right, and being chinny will get you a few extra points, alright? Basically, these guys have really small heads. Their heads don't fit their bodies. It doesn't look right. Doesn't look natural. And yeah, we have some tiers with the Peaheads at the top, obviously. Okay, then we have slightly Peahead-like. Okay, and then we have average, normal, and then the eggheads, who are just the opposite of a Peahead. Your head is larger than normal, and yeah, we're going to get started right away with the thumbnail of this video, because why the fuck not? You know, Dustin Poirier and his Peahead started this all. He gave me this idea, you know. He just has a Peahead, you know, like, look at it. He maybe has one of the most perfectly rounded heads I've ever seen in my life. It's so perfectly round, no dents or nothing, even after all the significant strikes he's taken to the noggin. It's just so round and small and perfectly shaped. Like, I could sculpt a bowling ball out of this guy's fucking head and go use it, alright? Perfect example of a Peahead. It's very small for his body. It's not the smallest, honestly, but he is going to end up in the Peahead tier, obviously. He has a Peahead. One of the best examples of it. You know, it's not even that small. It's just so round and, like, just, I don't know. Alright, this is the goofiest fucking video I've ever filmed in my life, but yeah, Dustin Poirier has a Peahead. He's one of the best examples of it. He is the originator of it. Conor he birthed this term to life when he was clowning Dustin. Man, that was prime Conor. We miss prime Conor, but yeah, he has a Peahead. He's going in the Peahead category. Next, we're going to talk about someone who has a fight coming up, I believe next weekend. He's fighting on the Protest versus Ian Gary card, I think. Cameron Simon. He's going to end up in the slightly Peahead category, alright? The slightly Peahead-like category. Dude, look how small his head is. Like, it's so small. And I know Cameron Simon's not the biggest human out there. You know? Small for flyweight. And he's not fighting at flyweight. That's tough, alright? Maybe he's not as small as I'm thinking. But he's pretty small. Very, like, compact. Like, stringy human. Very little. But, you know, nothing wrong with that. But his head is so little compared to his body as well. Like, when you're that small and your body is small and your head looks small compared to your small body, you know you got a small ass head. All right, I do think he's just a tier below the Peahead category, because it is slightly more proportionate to his body than the rest of the people that are going to go up into the Peahead category. All right, so he's slightly Peahead like, definitely almost there. He's on the verge. He's probably going to make the top of the B tier, you know. I just, like, look at his head. It's not slightly rounded like I would like it to be for a Peahead, but it is indeed close enough. Cameron also has a very good chin. You know, I know he's been finished, but he has a very good chin, very durable, especially in the head. So, yeah, I'm definitely not going to give him the Peahead category award, you know. But yeah, he's right below, just slightly below. And I'm rooting for him this weekend, man. Come on, like, I think he's on a 3-fight loss streak, maybe just 2. He's fighting for his fucking career, alright? You got this, slightly Peahead, man. Next, I'm going to talk about another Peahead, alright? Beneil Dariush. Holy shit. Do you see the state of this dude, man? Oh my god. He actually has a decent chin, but I don't give a fuck. This dude is a 6'2" or 6'3", like, pile of sticks with a ball on the top. This dude has the most lanky, skinniest type build ever, and he just has his little Peahead head sitting up on top of it. Like, it's so fucking funny to look at. Such an interesting human-like build, I guess I'd say. You know, it's just, I love it. You know, I love looking at these guys' heads and just examining how small and round they are. Look at him, man. Beneil Dariush, definitely a good example of a Peahead. I'd probably argue one of the best Peaheads in the UFC, all right? One of the biggest Peaheads on the roster. Next, we've got an egghead, all right? Henry Cejudo, man. He might have the biggest head I've ever seen in my life, at least compared to his body, because, I'm calling it the egghead category, but this one specifically, he's more of a blockhead, all right? Just such a square noggin on him, man. He could have played Steve in the Minecraft movie. Fuck Jack Black, man. He should have had Henry in there, bro. Like, look at this dude's head. Yeah, really good chin as well. Like, he just fits the egghead category perfectly. Good chin, big head, small body. You know, it's just the opposite of an egghead. Or the opposite of a peahead. He is an egghead, and yeah, probably the best example of one. I don't think anyone's going to top Henry Cejudo here, man. Next, we're going to talk about Max Blessed Holloway. I'm putting him in the normal category, okay? I believe you could argue he could go an average or normal, but, you know, when you look at Max's head, it's probably bigger than normal, you know? So I'd say it's not slightly on the average level, but he has a very, big head for his body, but not quite big enough to be an egghead, all right? You know, it's very lumpy, very uneven. I don't think it's a good example of an peahead at all, you know? It's very big for his body, you know? It's just, yeah, like Max Holloway, man, very big, lumpy-ass head. Kind of looks like Mr. Potato Man. You know, kind of looks like a potato in general. I don't know, man. What is there to say about Max? You know his head is fucked up. I know it is. He's going to go in the normal category because, he just isn't a good example of a peahead. Okay, he's just not. He's not quite on the egghead level, but he's going to go in normal. Next, I want to talk about Shawn Woodson. You know, we obviously all in the MMA community, we all know this dude looks like an alien. And he has a very unique, unusual, unorthodox type of build. But look at his fucking head. It may just be the shaved head that helps it. You know, maybe if he had hair, it wouldn't be as bad. But this dude has one of the most circular, small for his body, chinny as fuck. He is such a small head, and it's just a pea head. You know, he's going in the pea head category. He has to go there, okay? Maybe I should make a specific tier for alien-like species. I don't know, but I think he fits a pea head very well. And he's a bit chinny as well, so extra points there. He's going to go in the Peahead category. Next, we got our GOAT, Volk. Got the fucking belt back, and Volk's an egghead, you know? He's just a perfect example of a fucking egghead. Maybe I should have just named this the head tier list. That sounds insane. The head-shaped tier list? I don't know, because, you know, I'm not really talking about Peaheads the whole time, but, you know, we're going to stick with what I started with. Volk has an egghead, man, and being bald helps it a lot, but even if he had hair, this dude has a huge-ass fucking head for his body. It's super round. He has a huge-ass forehead that, pokes out more than normal, I feel like. He's a good headbutter. You know, he loves headbutting Yair and shit when he's in that octagon. He's done it before. He's done it before that as well, I'm pretty sure. So, Volk, one of the best examples of an egghead. He has a huge-ass head. Not the best chin. It's definitely the worst it's ever been, but in this scenario, it doesn't matter. Look at Volk. He is an egghead. Very large noggin on him, and yeah, he's going in the egghead category, no debate. Next, we got the last style bender, man. I'm going to put Israel Adesanya in the Peahead-like category, because he does have a very round, small noggin on him, but it just fits his body type too well. It fits very well with his body. Doesn't look unnatural at all. It's just a bit smaller than normal. You know, I'd say it's perfect for the Peahead-like category, because if he was just a little bulkier, a little shorter, a little stockier, a little more buff, a little more mass on him, it would be a Peahead example. But no, I think Izzy goes in the Peahead-like category. You know, slightly Peahead-like. He's just not quite a Peahead, and he actually has a very good chin. I know he got knocked out by a Mavov recently, but it doesn't matter, okay? Izzy's known for having a great chin. That definitely brings him down to here. You could probably even argue he's average. You know, I'm going to put him in the Peahead-like category, but, you know, you could probably argue he's average. Very similar head style to the rest of his body and a very good chin. So yeah, we're going to place Izzy there. Next, we're going to throw Matt Schnell into the Peahead category. And I know what you're thinking. It's not that bad. Look at his head. It's not bad. You know, it's pretty like normally shaped. It's not super circular and round like a pea should be. But I think having the worst chin in UFC history, if he's not number one, he's top two at least. You know, worst chin in UFC history, basically. You gotta be in there, man. Like, I'm counting the chin aspect a lot. Like, a Peahead doesn't have a good chin, okay? A Peahead has a chin of mush, of a pea. It could be mushed into with any punch you throw, okay? Matt Schnell, he has a sort of a like squarish, blocky head, so it's not quite as round as I'd like it, but I think there's exceptions here, and he is that exception. Matt Schnell's going into the Peahead category. Next, we've got the most Indian-looking Mexican man I've ever seen in my life, Yair Rodriguez, okay? And we're going to put him in the pea-like category, okay? He's not slightly a Peahead. I know he may have one of the smallest heads on this list, but it is very in tune and very in style with his Indian, like, I gotta chill, with his very slender, skinny, long, lanky type build that he has acquired over his MMA career, you know? So, I'm gonna go Yair Peahead. Like, his chin isn't that bad as well. Like, it's looked bad at times, but I think it's actually pretty underrated. I think he has a kind of an underrated chin. He did get rocked and finished by Volk, but you know, it's fucking Volk, you know? Like, he knows how to hit people, okay? So, Yair, not quite on the Peahead scale. I'd say his head does, like, probably does deserve to be placed there, but good chin. Fits with the rest of his body too well. I just can't do it. Pea-like, very small and circular, but yeah, just not quite what I'm looking for. Next, I believe I have neglected the average category for far too long, okay? So we're going to put Beneil Dariush in the average category. And honestly, he could be in normal, I think, especially compared to Max, who's in that category. They compare similarly to each other, you know, they compare well, but it's just that dog shit chin of Beneil that I think places him in the normal category. You know, he's just slightly above Max. And I think his hair is very deceiving. I think it's very shaggy and like thick and takes up a lot of volume, hides the actual size of his head. So if he was a shaved head guy, I know there's pictures of him with no hair. Maybe I should go look at them, but I don't care to. I'm gonna be real. This is such a goofy video, man. But if you're still watching this, Beneil Dariush is going in the normal category. He's just very, like, it's just so in tune with the rest of his body, and it just looks right. You know, he's a very good example of average. Did I say normal before? I meant average, okay? He's very average. He's maybe a little smaller than normal, his head shape and size, but nah, we're going to put him in the average category. Next, we've got a person I have neglected for far too long. This was really the main reason I actually made this video. Ian the Pea Shooter Gary, okay? The Peahead Gary. Ian Gary is dethroning Dustin, and maybe, yeah, I don't know if it was Dustin or Daniel Zellhuber as the king so far. Ian Gary is taking the throne as the king of the Peaheads, okay? He has the most pea-like head in UFC history. Very long and lanky body. You know, it does, like, compare to his head decently well, but look how small his head is. His face barely fucking fits on it, okay? He has a very small head. It's probably all the peas he be eating, okay? Vegan diet, not the best. Probably why he's looking a bit slower out there, a bit like slightly chinny, slightly like pillow-handed, you know? He's just not looking the best. I know he did well against Shavkat, but I think we learned in that duel that neither Shavkat or Ian Gary are too good or exciting. But yeah, Ian Gary's the king of the Peaheads, man. I don't know what else to say. Very unproportionate head-to-face ratio. Very small head. I could probably fit it in my palm. You know, just Michael Jordan the fuck out of him. You know, oh, I would enjoy that. Yeah, Ian Gary, he's going and he's taking the throne, and he will not be dethroned. I'm gonna just say that now. Next, we've got Rob Font, and do not let that bald fucking head deceive you. Okay, do not let it judge or sway your judgment. Okay, I'm going to put Rob Font at the normal category. I believe his head is very normal shaped, no no weirdness, no weird traits, no weird lumps, just very round, very in line with his body, very similar to how it should look to the rest of his body. With hair, it looks very normal. It's not perfectly rounded, so it's definitely not going to go up in P-like or average. It probably could go average, but I think it's pretty big. It's pretty big. It's a bit slightly bigger than the rest of his body. It is pretty big. I take back what I said before. It's not perfectly rounded or perfectly in line with his body. It's a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna put I don't even know what to call this dude, man. Rob Font is such an anomaly. He'll beat a guy like Gene Masumoto and fraud check certain people, but then he'll just get completely dominated by the top 5 or top 8. Man, I love Rob Font. He's pretty fun. He's a pretty cool guy. I'm going to go Rob Font in the normal category. Next, we've got Ferris Zaheim. Okay? I think Ferris Zaheim is P-like. Not slightly P-headed, but P-like. Okay? Slightly P-like. He's going to go in that category. I think his head is very little. Very small, but it's just not quite as round as I like it, man. It's not to my liking, okay? It's not getting a P-head from me. It's just not, all right? He's going in the slightly P-like category. Very small. He's very skinny and lanky, but even then, it's so small, man. It's so little. Again, I could palm it. I feel like I could. But yeah, we're going to go him in the P-like category. Next, we've got to just mention Marvin Vettori, man. One of the biggest noggins I've ever seen on a dude. And especially when it's shaved, such a fucking egghead, man. Get him down there next to Volk's ass, okay? Egghead alert. This dude has an egghead. Very big. He's pretty buff, pretty big dude. But even then, his head overtakes his body. It's large. It's distracting while they're fighting. I'm going to be real. I'm going to just say that. So, Marvin Vettori, he has to go in the egghead category. He just has to. And the last fighter I would like to talk about is Joe Anderson Brito. Recently just got fraud checked 2 losses in a row, man. Fuck, man. I believed in this dude as a prospect, but he's kind of cooked now, okay? No wrestling, brother. Just jumping gillies and getting dominated with control time. Sucks to see. He's a really fun fighter. But he's going in the average category, okay? Very rounded head. But if you actually look at it and you look at the rest of his body, it's pretty large, and he's very good chin as well. So I think he goes right in the average category. I just can't see him in any other category. Maybe normal or P-like, but I just don't think it's small enough for P-like, and I think it's too rounded for normal. So I'm going to go average here. He's right in the middle, I believe, and yeah, that's the tier list. Goofiest fucking video I've ever recorded in my life. If you enjoyed this, I guess, yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed recording it. I did. Goofy ass video, but these are the P-heads, and we needed to talk about them. Okay, it's a very important topic in the MMA community. This is the official P-head tier list, and yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.